My wife demanded permission to sleep with my friend Adam for her 40th birthday, then placed a hotel key card beside her cake to prove the room was already booked. Her name is Diana, I'm Luke, and she believed calling it a hall pass would keep our marriage untouched. I removed my wedding ring, put it inside the birthday card I had bought her, and left the celebration before she could open it. Diana first raised the idea 9 days before her birthday. We were folding laundry on a Sunday afternoon. She held up one of my shirts, stared at the buttons, and asked whether I believed a fantasy could stay separate from a marriage if both people agreed to it. I thought she wanted a general conversation. We had been married 10 years. We could talk about attraction without pretending we had stopped noticing other people. A fantasy can be a fantasy, I said. Acting on it changes the question. She folded the shirt once and set it on the bed. What if it was one night? With who? Adam. The name landed harder than a stranger's would have. Adam and I met in college. He was the person I called when my car died at 2 in the morning and the person who stood beside me when I married Diana. He lived across town, came to our summer cookouts, and knew which cabinet held the extra glasses in our kitchen. He had also been part of the beginning of us. Adam introduced me to Diana at a crowded homecoming party, then left early when he realized we were interested in each other. Years later, he made a toast at our wedding about knowing when to get out of the way. I had repeated that story whenever someone asked how Diana and I met. Our friendship was not constant, but it was trusted. We could go 2 months without speaking, and then spend an afternoon repairing his deck as if no time had passed. Diana sometimes messaged him directly about cookouts or gifts for me. I never treated that access as dangerous because I believed both of them understood what it represented. He was inside our marriage as a witness, not an option. Diana had always flirted with him in the way some people call harmless because everyone can see it. She touched his arm when she laughed. He complimented her clothes. If I looked uncomfortable, they both widened the joke until objecting would make me seem humorless. 2 months earlier, Adam helped us move a heavy bookcase. Diana changed into a tight workout top after he arrived and asked him whether the color looked better on her than the old one. Adam looked at me before he answered. "You look great," he told her. After he left, I asked Diana not to put my friend in that position. What position? Choosing whether to flirt with my wife while I stand there. She laughed. Adam is practically family. Now she was asking to sleep with him. Why Adam? I asked. Because I trust him, because he's attractive, because there would be no future complication. He is my friend, that is the complication. Diana said turning 40 had made her think about the parts of herself she had closed off when she married. She did not want an affair, a boyfriend, or a new life. She wanted one adult night with a person we both knew, then breakfast with me the next morning. You have planned breakfast. I'm trying to show you that I'm not leaving. Have you discussed this with Adam? She became very still. I asked whether he would ever be interested if you were okay with it. And he said yes. The hall pass was not a fantasy Diana had brought to her husband first. It was an arrangement she and my friend had already approved, waiting only for me to remove the consequence. When did you ask him? Last week. In person. After the gym, we had coffee. I did not know they had coffee together. Diana quickly added that nothing physical had happened. I believed her. She was not hiding an affair. She was doing something more direct, placing the planned betrayal in front of me and asking me to rename it as a gift. My answer is no, I said. She looked genuinely surprised. You didn't even think about it. I thought about whether I can stay married while my wife sleeps with my friend. I can't. That is fear talking. That is a boundary. She told me I was treating her like property. I said I did not own her, which was why she did not need my permission to make her choice. But choices changed relationships. So if I do it, you'll punish me. If you do it, we will not have the same marriage afterward. Diana accused me of making a threat. Then she returned to folding clothes with sharp, exact movements and refused to speak for the rest of the afternoon. Over the next week, she brought up the hall pass 4 more times. She sent me an article about couples who made non-monogamy work. I told her we were not discussing a shared change to our marriage. She wanted one named man and a husband who stayed home. She offered me a hall pass in return. I asked who she wanted me to choose. She said that part did not matter because she knew I would never use it. Then it is not equal, I said. It is decoration. She offered rules. No kissing the next morning. No messages afterward. No discussion with friends. She said she would shower before coming home, as if removing Adam's scent would restore the boundary. Each version assumed the sex was negotiable, and only the packaging needed work. On Wednesday, Diana tried a different argument. She stood in the bathroom, studying herself in the mirror, and said she was afraid turning 40 would make her invisible. She had found gray at her temples. Younger women at work were getting attention she used to receive, and she wanted one night that proved she could still be wanted without being somebody's wife. I told her I understood the fear. I meant it. Aging had unsettled me too. I had looked at photographs from college and wondered when my face became my father's. Then you understand why I need this, she said. I understand why Adam saying yes felt good. I do not understand why his desire has to become sex for your birthday. Because wanting it in theory is not the same as knowing I still could. You already know you could, he told you. She said I was reducing a complicated need to an ego boost. I told her she was expanding an ego boost until it required my friend's body and my approval. That conversation was the closest we came to honesty before the party. Diana was not searching for love. She wanted proof of sexual power, and she wanted me to guarantee that collecting it would cost nothing. I called Adam 2 days before the party. He answered with a careful voice, "Hey man, Diana told me what you agreed to." He exhaled. I told her only if you were fully on board. I'm not. Then nothing happens. Why didn't you call me when she asked? It was her conversation to have with you. You were discussing sex with my wife. It became your conversation too. Adam said he had not pursued her. She asked a hypothetical question, and he answered honestly. He sounded more concerned with technical innocence than with our friendship. Are you coming to the party? I asked. There was a pause. Diana invited me. I know. Do you want me there? I want to see which invitation you choose. I ended the call. The birthday party was at our house on Saturday. Diana wanted a small gathering, so there were 12 people, a catered dinner and a chocolate cake with 4 tall candles instead of 40 small ones. I spent the afternoon setting out plates because I had already promised to host. I did not want to sabotage the evening or announce our private conflict to her family. I also did not pretend the problem had disappeared. Diana's sister noticed the distance while we arranged candles. Did you two fight? She asked. Ask Diana after tonight, I said. I did not give details. Keeping the request private was not the same as agreeing to it. It meant I still refused to use her humiliation as leverage, even while she was preparing to use the party as leverage against me. I bought one plain birthday card. The front had yellow flowers and no joke. I wrote, "I hope your next year is honest." I did not sign it. Adam arrived 10 minutes late. He brought wine but no gift. When I opened the door, he asked whether we were okay. No, I said. He nodded like he respected the answer, then walked inside anyway. Diana crossed the room to hug him. She held the hug long enough for me to see that neither of them believed my no had ended the conversation. During dinner, she was bright and affectionate with me. She rested her hand on my shoulder, told everyone I had organized the food, and kissed my cheek when the candles were lit. The performance of a happy marriage seemed important to her because she intended to return to it. After cake, the other guests moved into the living room. Diana asked Adam and me to stay at the table. She reached into her purse and placed a hotel key card beside the cake stand. "I booked it with points," she said. "It can still be canceled." Adam looked at the card, then at me. "Diana," he said quietly. "I want an answer without fear," she said. "It is my birthday. I am asking for one night and then this is over forever." "I already answered," I said. "You reacted. You did not answer after thinking about what I need." She slid the key card toward Adam. He did not pick it up. "Tell Luke you can separate sex from friendship," she said. Adam stared at the table. I said only if he agreed. "He will agree if he stops turning it into abandonment." The card sat between the three of us. I understood then that Diana had not invited Adam despite my answer. She had invited him so his presence could pressure me into changing it. I took the birthday card from the sideboard. "Finally," Diana said. I opened the envelope and removed the card. Then I pulled my wedding ring from my finger. It resisted at the knuckle. I twisted it once, worked it free, and placed it inside the fold beneath the sentence I had written. The ring struck the paper with a soft click. I closed the card, returned it to the envelope, and handed it to Diana. "You don't need a hall pass from me," I said. "You need a husband who accepts this. I'm not him." Her face lost color. Adam stood. "I'm leaving." "Sit down," Diana snapped. He did not. He walked through the living room, told the other guests he felt sick, and left by the front door. Diana held the envelope but did not open it. "You are ruining my birthday. You brought a hotel key to the table after I said no." "Nothing has happened." "Something happened when you and Adam decided sex was available if I could be managed." She followed me into the hallway. I took my jacket and car keys from the hook. "Are you really walking out in front of everyone?" "I'm not making an announcement. You can finish your party." "And tell them what?" "Tell them whatever you plan to tell them tomorrow morning." I left without raising my voice. My brother had a spare room, but I did not want family inside the first night. I checked into a motel near the highway and sat on the bed looking at the pale band of skin around my ring finger. Diana called after midnight. The party had ended early. She opened the card and found the ring. "This is cruel," she said. "Cruel would have been humiliating you in front of the guests." I left. Adam left too. Nothing happened. Because he lost his nerve when the choice became visible. She said she had canceled the room. She sent a screenshot I did not request. I told her the reservation was not the central problem. At 8 the next morning, Diana sent a photograph of the hotel key cut in half. She wrote that this should prove she had chosen the marriage. I looked at the two pieces on my screen and felt nothing repair itself. She had not canceled when I said no. She canceled after Adam left and my ring landed in the card. Destroying the unused key did not turn those earlier choices into respect. "Then what do you want me to do?" "Understand that I meant no. I thought you would come around because you love me." That was the truth beneath the rules, the articles, and the offered hall pass. Diana believed my love was a resource she could spend against my boundary. I stayed away for 3 days, then returned while she was at work. I took enough clothes for several weeks and rented a small apartment. I did not remove furniture or turn the separation into a property fight. Adam called once. He apologized for answering Diana's question and for attending the party after he knew my answer. "Did you want to sleep with her?" I asked. "Yes," he said. It hurt, but the honesty ended the friendship cleanly. "Then we are done," I told him. He did not argue. Before the call ended, he admitted Diana had shown him photographs of the hotel and asked what time he could arrive. That happened after I refused the first time. Adam said he still believed she would convince me because she spoke as if my objection were the first stage of consent. "You knew I said no," I told him. "I knew you weren't comfortable yet." The word "yet" explained why our friendship could not continue. He and Diana had treated my boundary as delay, not information. Neither needed a secret affair. They only needed to believe my answer would eventually become useful to them. Diana and I met twice over the next month. She insisted the marriage should not end over sex that never happened. I told her the absence of sex was a result of Adam leaving, not her respecting me. At the first meeting, she brought the cut hotel key inside a clear plastic bag. She placed it on the cafe table like evidence. "I want you to see that I destroyed it," she said. "I saw the photograph." "Then why are you still acting like I cheated?" "I'm acting like you asked my friend to sleep with you, booked the room after I said no, and brought both of those facts to your party to pressure me." "But I came home alone." "So did I." She said we could tell everyone the birthday had exposed a fantasy that went too far, then move on. Her focus on the story we would tell reminded me of the party itself. She still wanted a version in which nothing counted because no one had used the room. I pushed the plastic bag back across the table. "The key is yours," I said. "The consequence is mine." At the second meeting, she no longer brought objects or arguments. That was when she finally stopped bargaining. At our second meeting, she finally stopped bargaining. "I wanted to know I could still choose someone like him," she said. "Turning 40 made me feel like doors were closing. So you used my friend to hold one open. I thought you were permanent." "I was a person, Diana, not the house you expected to come back to." She cried and returned my ring in the same birthday envelope. I did not put it on. I placed the envelope in my coat pocket and left. Several guests called after they learned we had separated. Diana had told them. I left because she mentioned a fantasy. I did not send screenshots, describe the hotel, or recruit them to judge her. When her sister asked me directly, I said Diana booked a room with Adam after I refused the hall pass. Her sister was silent, then apologized for accepting the shorter version. That was all I said. I did not need public agreement to make the boundary real. And I did not want our separation to become another performance at a table. Our separation became permanent. There was no later discovery that Diana and Adam had been sleeping together, and I did not need one. The story remained exactly as direct as the key card on the table. She wanted one named man, planned the night, and expected my marriage to absorb it. The following year, my birthday fell on a Wednesday. I worked late, bought a single slice of chocolate cake from a grocery bakery, and ate it at the counter in my apartment. The old birthday envelope was in a drawer beneath the counter. The ring was still inside. My phone buzzed with a message from Diana. She wished me a happy birthday and said she hoped I was not alone. I was alone, but I was not waiting for someone to finish choosing. I put one candle in the cake, lit it, and watched the flame stand still. Then I blew it out and ate the cake. The quiet was enough.